It's 6:30 in the morning and we're about to hit the road. We're going to the East Coast and we're just getting the car set up. I'm a little delirious because I pulled an all-nighter because I wanted to edit some videos and just get some stuff ready before we went. So I brought a pillow and a Snuggie with me. Joe got like, I don't know, maybe 3 hours of sleep, but
something like that.
yeah, I really wanted him to sleep so that he'd be able to focus.
I'm okay. We'll see how it goes.
What are you doing? What is that contraption?
Setting up our time lapse of our trip. So you could go to the journey with us and see how boring it is to drive from Chicago to Philadelphia.
Here we go. It's raining. Stop by for breakfast in Indiana, but then I fell asleep. So then Joe just kept on driving. We didn't stop. So where are we now?
We are in Ohio, but I don't know if you could hear me because it's like thunderstorming outside right now.
Yeah, so we're gonna just drive through because it's so much slower than we expected from the rain. And then we're gonna just eat our first meal at lunch. But that little cat nap I had was really refreshing. Whenever we go on road trips, Joe knows it's almost guaranteed that I'll pack snacks. So I did that, and then I was trying to get rid of the produce that I wasn't going to use, put it away, pack it. So this is our breakfast, which is a Michigan apple.
It's really good.
Need a little fiber in the morning. First rest stop, finally, after how many hours of driving?
About 6 hours. We are in eastern Ohio, close to Cleveland. So we're halfway there.
That's good. So we made it almost halfway there without stopping once. That's impressive, especially for me. Surprised I didn't have to do bathroom break.
I know, now it's our lunchtime.
Finally, I'm so hungry. Did you know that I love fried chicken? And I will find any excuse to eat it, but I actually don't eat it that often because I know it's not good for us. So, for someone who loves fried chicken, don't you think that I don't eat it a lot?
You're pretty good with it.
Hashtag self-control. Hey, I like your background right now.
It's got a Whopper from Burger King. I haven't had it in a while, so.
Oh, look at these little dinky fries. This thing about rest stop, what'd you say?
This is medium.
That's a that's a medium? Oh my goodness, there was like 6 fries coming out of the thing. And I just got 5 hot wings, which actually it looks bigger on camera, but they're super dinky and I got sad when I saw it. We forgot to mention the reasons we're going to the East Coast. We're going to New York for
my friend's wedding in Long Island.
And then we're gonna stay in the city in Manhattan with his cousin and then meet up with our friends, and then also our friends from California also going to that wedding, so that's kind of cool. And we're excited to eat the food and walk around in the city. And the second reason we're going is to New Jersey for my friend's baby shower. So that's nice, and the cool thing is that it's gonna be in Edgewater, which is our old stomping grounds. That's where we lived when we first got married.
And hopefully we'll have the pizza that we had when we were living there.
Yeah, that pizza was unbelievable. It was something that we kind of took for granted because it was close by, but we always ordered it whenever we had friends over.
So I think it's like one of the best pizzas that we had.
And this is coming from people who actually lived in New York City and now in Chicago. So, and then the third reason is of course to see my family, my parents. They live in Philadelphia, and it's cool to see them and to hang out with some friends there. But also we can't deny that we love cheesesteaks And we're not talking about Pat's, Geno's, Jim's, all that. They're good. There's nothing wrong with them. We're talking about like the gritty, throw it in a paper bag and it gets greasy, and it's from West Philadelphia in a little like an unknown shop across the street from my parents' store. They always bring it home for us, and it's so good.
So good.
So that's why we're going. But we definitely have to do work, and that's one of the reasons why I stayed up so late, because I was trying to edit our Easy Shrimp Pad Thai video before we left, and I ended up staying up for the rest of the all night because we had to leave early anyway. I gotta go eat my dinky wings now.
Gotta eat our lunch.
Are you doing some aerobics? It is.
Stretch out before the big workout, driving the rest of the way.
I went to the restroom one more time and I come back to Joe doing some gymnastics.
Gymnastics. A little stretching.
How do you think the time-lapse project is going?
We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure yet.
It actually looks exactly the same because it's just rain everywhere. Look at me, I'm in here all warm and toasty with my coffee, and Joe's out there in the rainy, gloomy weather, filling up the gas. Back on the road again after lunch. How long did we stay at that rest stop?
Half hour, maybe a little longer.
Yeah. By the way, do you see this little contraption Joe did? This is our tripod. That's packaging tape. That's because we don't have one of those suction cup things. This is our view the entire time for the last 6 hours. It's getting kind of old. This is kind of actually a nice change of scenery. But the rain did stop a little bit, which is good. Another snack I brought with us. This is what I was doing at like 4 o'clock in the morning, washing and plucking all these individual grapes so they wouldn't go to waste because we had them in the fridge. I like packing fruit when we're on the road. It makes you feel less gross. So far we had an apple, now we have grapes, and I also have plums. Finally pulling into another rest stop. I made it without having to use the restroom for over 4 hours. That's a record, especially after coffee.
We are, actually I don't know, somewhere middle Pennsylvania.
Somewhere. Pennsylvania is so large, we've been driving through it for hours. And we're still not anywhere near Philadelphia. We still have like how many more hours?
Probably like 3 or so.
Hopefully.
6, yeah, less than 3. So we are in Cumberland Valley, wherever that is, and I guess it's literally in the middle of Pennsylvania. And there is a farm across the highway.
This one was a quick stop because all we did was use the restroom and there wasn't much to see or do, so we just went to the restroom and came out. Oh yeah, and took a selfie too, which is the cover picture. This is Cumberland. We're in Cumberland and we're nearby Harrisburg, and so that means we're about 2 hours roughly away from my parents' place in the suburbs of Philadelphia. Can't wait to eat dinner at home. My mom actually made some Korean food and left it for us. Hey. Ew.
Oh, still taping?
Joe's getting gas one more time, but right when we were about to pull into the station, a van was pulling out of the parking spot and was about to crash into us, and Joe was like swerving and honking, but they didn't hear us. It was one of those things where we're like, oh my gosh, we're gonna die. Good thing we pray for protection over this trip. So yeah, nothing really happened, nothing to see, nothing that we did, nothing special that we ate. That's why it's a boring road trip. But sometimes boring is good because that means uneventful, as in no incidences, and drama free. A little sun to brighten up our dreary day. Some chips. It's too dark to see anything, but we made it. The whole trip took us about 12 and a half hours, I would say, with 2 rest stops. Happy to get off the road, pulling into my parents' place. So we started with the garage, and we end with the garage. Woohoo, we're here. Good job, Joe.
Thank you.
Exhausting. So we're tired and disheveled, but we made it safely, thank God. And Joe's pretty exhausted. I was looking for him. He was passed out on the bed for a little bit. But we didn't get to eat dinner on the road, so my mom left us food. So it's a Korean feast we got going over here. They're at church at choir practice, so we didn't get to see them yet. They'll come a little later. But we are gonna go back to eating our galbi feast. Nothing like home cooked, right?
Nothing like it.
So I hope you enjoyed watching our boring road trip. At least there is a rainbow at the end of our journey.
Delicious food.
If you enjoyed watching our boring road trip, then remember to push like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.